Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining Lewis University's television network. Today is Monday, September 30th, 2019. I'm Luis Chavez.
And I'm Mayette Lloyd.
And we begin with our top national stories. The anonymous whistleblower who filed a complaint against President Trump will testify before the House Intelligence Committee. However, when that will happen is still up in the air. Committee Chair Adam Schiff says protecting the whistleblower's identity is their primary concern. Trump tweeted about the whistleblower over the weekend, saying he deserves to meet his accuser. The president's escalating threats prompted lawyers representing the whistleblower to send letters to Acting Director of National Intelligence, Joseph McGuire, expressing concerns for the person's safety.
3 people are injured from a helicopter crash on Saturday at Pennsylvania Fair. The sightseeing helicopter went down near the helipad, leaving the pilot, a mother, and her child injured. All 3 were taken to a nearby hospital for treatment. The National Transportation Safety Board is investigating the crash.
Just when we thought it was fall, Montana had other ideas. Several feet of snow have fallen in Montana this Sunday. A blizzard warning was issued for several counties, and wind gusts reached as high as 55 miles per hour, and visibility was near or below a quarter mile. All of this snow has caused fallen trees, power outages, and treacherous travel conditions. This type of weather isn't taboo for Montana, even for this early in the season, but never this severe.
A Texas Sheriff's Deputy, Sandeep Dilwali, was fatally shot from behind on Friday during a traffic stop. Robert Solis was charged with capital murder and denied bond. Solis was wanted on a warrant for violating patrol. Authorities said they've received credible information that Solis might have a mental illness or intellectual disability. Dilwali devoted his life to the Sikh faith and was the first Sikh sheriff's deputy to serve on a force covering an area in the nation's 4th largest city of Houston. He won an accommodation 4 years ago that allowed him to wear his turban and a beard while out patrolling. Dilwali is survived by his wife and 3 children, along with his father and sisters.
CEO of SpaceX, Elon Musk, announced plans for a new spacecraft that can travel the solar system. The Man of Steel livestreamed his speech on Saturday at a SpaceX launch facility in Boca Chica Village in South Texas. Musk announced a new spacecraft, Starship, calling it, in his words, the most inspiring thing I've ever seen. According to Musk, the Starship can carry a crew and cargo to the moon, Mars, or anywhere else in the solar system and come back to Earth. The SpaceX company plans to reuse rockets that reach orbit and come back to Earth, making the technology more cost-effective. Musk added that the spacecraft will begin launch in about 1 or 2 months and reach 65,000 feet before coming back to Earth. Coming up next, we'll take a look into leading local headlines.
And later, we have the latest entertainment news. Stay with us.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
So who's gonna do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Don't let E. coli mosh with your food. An estimated 3,000 Americans die from a foodborne illness each year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So always separate raw meat from vegetables. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot announced that starting tomorrow, the Chicago Public Library will eliminate overdue fines for all CPL-owned items currently in circulation. The mayor's office said the move will remove barriers to basic library access, especially for youth and low-income families. The new policy is part of Lightfoot's efforts to eliminate regressive fines and fees that have historically affected lower-income residents. Chicago is the largest city and largest public library system in the U.S. to eliminate overdue fines with this new policy.
A man has been charged with terrorism after allegedly driving an SUV through the Woodfield Mall on September 20th. Javier Garcia was released from Amita Health Behavior Medicine Institute on Friday, where he was then charged with terrorism and criminal damage to property. Police believe Garcia acted alone when he drove a black SUV through Sears. Police don't know the motive, but believe Garcia wasn't targeting a specific person or business. Garcia was transferred to Bond Court in Chicago on Sunday.
The Chicago Department of Aviation, local business, and law enforcement agencies hosted the 11th annual plane pool. The event was hosted on Saturday at O'Hare International Airport to support Special Olympics Illinois teams competed to pull a plane 12 feet as quickly as possible. The event raised $227,000 for the nonprofit program, which offers programs for people with disabilities.
Artwork will be displayed at the Brett and Jean Wadsworth Family Gallery at Lewis University October 3rd through the 25th as part of the 2019 Fall Gallery events. The exhibit is free from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. during the week. Works such as The Legacy Continues will be on display. A reception and gallery talk will be on October 17th from 7 to 9 p.m. in the Wadsworth Family Gallery. Other exhibits coming in November include artist Nicole Huss, whose work spotlights the preservation of our natural environment, and our very own Lewis University Department of Art and Design will be presenting the Senior Capstone exhibition in December.
Lewis University will hold the Activists, Museums, Communication, and Social Justice by anthropologist and historian Jennifer Scott, who is also the director of the Jane Addams Hull House Museum. Scott said museums are sites for social justice and will discuss Jane Addams as well as contemporary issues of peace, incarceration, immigration, displacement, and citizenship. The Lewis University History Department will introduce the James P. 60 and Mary C. lecture series as part of the Lewis University Arts and Ideas programs, which provides cultural and educational programs for students and the community. The exposition will be held on October 22nd, just after noon in the Lewis University Dining Room. It's free. When we return, we have your day's top entertainment news.
And later, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast. Stay with us.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Don't let E. coli mosh with your food. An estimated 3,000 Americans die from a foodborne illness each year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So always separate raw meat from vegetables. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Hey, I'm Aaron with Entertainment. The studios behind Spider-Man, Disney and Sony, have reconciled their differences and agreed to collaborate on a third movie featuring the teenage hero after a public split a little over a month ago that caused an uproar among fans. The parties announced on Friday that Marvel would again have a hand in producing the next sequel and that Spider-Man would appear in another upcoming Marvel feature. Marvel Studios chief Kevin Feige said that he is thrilled that Spidey's journey in the MCU will continue. The studios reached an agreement in 2015 to collaborate on films featuring Spider-Man and allow him to interact with other members of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, although Sony owns the movie rights to the character. Karate Kid and Cobra Kai actor Rob Garrison passed away at the age of 59. Garrison's managers, Rick Hendricks, confirmed this Friday with a statement. Rob was a great person and ambassador to the Karate Kid legacy. He'll be missed by me and everyone he encountered. Following the news, friend William Zabka from Karate Kid posted a tribute to his friend on Instagram. Yesterday, the world lost a beautiful soul and incredibly gifted actor. Pop stars Shakira and Jennifer Lopez have been confirmed as headliners for the 2020 Super Bowl halftime show. In a statement, the NFL said the pair would perform on February 2nd in Miami's Hard Rock Stadium. Their show will be the first to be produced by an entertainment company founded by rapper and businessman Sean Jay-Z Carter, Rock Nation. Both artists have released chart-topping songs in English and Spanish since the 1990s. Lopez and Shakira shared the announcement on social media. Lopez said in a statement that she couldn't wait to show what us girls can do on the world's biggest stage, when Shakira, meanwhile, called the opportunity a true American dream.
Aaron, how do you feel about the announcement, Shakira and J-Lo sharing the stage for the 2020 Super Bowl?
I think it's an awesome experience. I'm really excited to see two strong, powerful Latin females take the stage independently this time. It's not a band, it's just them.
I think that's an important part. It's two Latina entertainers who are both taking the stage on something that most of the country is watching at that given time. So I think that's really exciting to see.
Exactly, I agree.
Well, coming up next, we have your full 5-day forecast. So stay tuned.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Don't let E. coli mosh with your food. An estimated 3,000 Americans die from a foodborne illness each year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So always separate raw meat from vegetables. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back to Lewis University Television Network. I am Carl Zahn with your weather. Right now in Romeoville, Illinois, we're looking at 85 degrees, but it feels like 89 because of that 61% humidity. For our local temperature is a little warmer in the Madison and Rockford area. Down in Kankakee, 87. Michigan City, nice and cooler, or at least cooler than what we are at 82, and Grand Rapids at 83. For our national temperatures, definitely colder up in the Seattle area and 48 in Bismarck, down in Sarasota, Florida, 86 and 93 in Dallas. For our satellite, we even have some snow going on right now in the United States, up in the Billings, Montana area. But in the Chicago and Midwest area, all the storms seem to be moving on to the east. For our local radar, a little bit of cloud coverage here and there, but definitely no showers to be worried about. For our almanac for today, the last day of September is normally a little colder, as we can see, but today is nice 85 high and a 64 low. Normally 69 high and a 48 a low. Our record temperatures for today is 92 in 1971 and a low of 29 in 1984. For our 5-day forecast, those temperatures are going to continue to drop throughout the week. 84 high and a 68 tomorrow, low, mostly cloudy. Wednesday, some storms are going to start rolling in with a 71 high and a 62 low. Thursday, those temperatures are going to drop down below the 70s. First time we've seen that in a while, with a low of 66 and a high of 66 and a low of 46, with some AM clouds and some PM sun. And on Friday, those temperatures drop below 60 at 57 high and a low of 46. Partly cloudy weather that day, but remember to make sure to keep up with LUTN weather on Facebook and Twitter. Now back to Mayette at the desk.
All right, Carl, thank you so much for that update. Stay tuned for sports next.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Don't let E. coli mosh with your food. An estimated 3,000 Americans die from a foodborne illness each year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So always separate raw meat from vegetables. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back to LUTN. I'm Matt Moen. The Lewis women's volleyball team keeps on rolling. The Flyers extended their winning streak to 6 with a pair of sweeps this weekend. They beat the Truman State Bulldogs in their home opener on Friday, and they flushed the Quincy Hawks in straight sets on Saturday. 6'2" junior Ava Venema continues to be a force around the net with a combined 21 kills and 10 blocks in the 2 matches. Senior Alexandria Preuss also chipped in with 13 kills on Friday and 7 on Saturday. Flyers are now 12-1 overall on the season and will host the Parkside Rangers next Tuesday evening at Neil Carey Arena. Both the men's and women's cross-country teams competed at the Capital Cross Challenge in Sacramento, California on Saturday. Cassidy Learn was the top performer for the women, placing 17th overall, and Anthony Pena was the fastest for the men, placing 142nd. You can show your support for Flyer Cross Country as they compete at the Lewis Crossover right here in Romeoville on October 12th. Now, it has been 11 years since an unranked college football team took down the #1 team in the country. On Saturday, Unranked North Carolina had the chance to do just that as they faced the top-ranked Clemson Tigers at Chapel Hill. It was a smash-mouth, grinded-out contest for most of the afternoon. It wasn't until 7 minutes to go when Clemson broke a 14-14 tie with a 38-yard touchdown pass from Trevor Lawrence to T. Higgins. From there, Sam Howell led the Tar Heels on a methodical drive that culminated with a 1-yard touchdown run to bring the score to 21-20 with only a minute left in the game. Now, instead of vying for overtime, the Tar Heels tried to win it right then and there as they attempted a dramatic 2-point conversion. They ran a quarterback draw that was stuffed by the Clemson defensive front as the Tigers escaped, keeping North Carolina just inches away from the upset of the decade. In briefs, the White Sox finished their season with a 5-3 win over the Detroit Tigers. Shortstop Tim Anderson became the third player in White Sox history to win the AL batting title, hitting .335 on the season. White Sox finished at 72-89 on the year and look to take the next step towards contention in 2020. The Cubs' disappointing season came to a close on Sunday as they were shut out 9-0 by the St. Louis Cardinals. It was Joe Maddon's final game as the manager of the Cubs as he and the front office mutually agreed to part ways after just 5 seasons. The Cardinals clinched the NL Central with the win and will face the Atlanta Braves in the National League Division Series later this week. Now, Bears quarterback Mitchell Trubisky suffered a gruesome shoulder injury in their opening drive on Sunday, but have no fear, Chase Daniel is here. The backup led the charge for Chicago as they mauled the Minnesota Vikings 16-6. The Bears' defense was suffocating from start to finish as they locked up Vikings running back Dalvin Cook, who came into the contest leading the NFL in rushing. The Bears improved to 3-1 as they pack their bags and head overseas. They take on the 2-2 Oakland Raiders at Wembley Stadium in London next week. That's all for sports. Guys, back to you.
Well, that's really sad for, the Bears, but, I mean, from what I know, from what I remember, backup's pretty good, isn't he?
Well, I mean, Carl, from when I saw Trubisky go out, it was the first drive of the game that he injured his shoulder. I thought this was going to be a blessing for this team, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Absolutely,
Oh,
yeah.
whoa.
There was no, the problem with Trubisky is he's had troubles with his accuracy all year. Chase Daniel came in and he was composed in the pocket. He was able to make throws on time and accurate. And I think he's going to unlock and kind of take this team to the next level, whereas I think Trubisky was holding us back, to be honest.
Wow.
Surprising to hear, but I think
words.
we are just fine with Chase Daniel.
Well, hopefully we can see Chase Daniel kind of grow and improve and bring the Bears to a winning season.
Absolutely. I can't wait.
Well, that's it for today's news. Thank you for watching. As a reminder, you can always keep up with Lewis News on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and by visiting our website, charliemedia.press. I'm Luis Chavez.
I'm Mayette Lloyd.
I'm Carl Zahn with weather.
And I'm Matt Mohan with sports.
Have a great night.